We're hoarding chalices and writhing our limbs. That's right, it's Relic Wars from Flying Pig Games. In this chalice chasing challenge, 2 to 4 chums take on the role of combatants, each vying for glory on the battlefield. Over a number of turns, they'll explore, attack, cast spells, and maybe use a portal or two. The player who eliminates their opponents or holds on to 3 chalices and survives the final round wins. Setup begins with map tiles. Give them a shuffle and create a face-down grid of 5 tiles by 5 tiles. If you're playing in a 4-player game, create a 6x6 grid instead. Next, character selection. Once selected, each player takes the character sheet and miniature along with an HP tracker token. Character sheets feature a character name, class, and sweet art, a hit point tracker, a movement point value, a basic attack and special ability unique to each character, weapon and shield slots, and an inventory for spells and chalices. Next, create the Divine Intervention deck. First, remove the Wheel of Life card from the Divine Intervention cards and give them a shuffle. Split the deck into 2 roughly equal face-down decks, then shuffle the Wheel of Life card into one of those decks, setting the other deck on top. Select a first player with turn order continuing clockwise around the table. Choose a directional alignment for the board and place the compass tile in the direction of north. Each player then rolls the golden D8 to determine which side of the map their character will enter from, placing the mini on that side. Then place the Relic Wars chalice. In a 2 or 3 player game, the central tile is flipped and the chalice is placed there. In a 4-player game, the last player in turn order flips one of the 4 central tiles and places the chalice on that spot. Finally, shuffle the Relic Wars tokens and prepare to place them in the token bag. In 4-player games, you'll use all 37 tokens. In 3-player games, you're going to remove the following tokens: 3 chalices, 2 shields, 1 sword, 1 bow, and 2 portals. In a 2-player game, remove the same as the 3-player game, but also remove 1 additional chalice. Gameplay occurs in turns, each divided into 2 phases. You've got your action phase, where players take 2 actions, and Divine Intervention phase, where they draw and resolve the top card of the Divine Intervention deck. First up in the action phase, the active player takes 2 actions in any combination from the following 3: move, attack, and pick up or drop off an item. Let's look at each of these separately. Move. This action provides the character with their movement points as listed on their character sheet. Movement points can be spent to move a miniature on the map. In Relic Wars, points for movement can be saved between actions, so a character could move with some points, take another action, then use the remaining movement points after. Here are the main movement rules and costs. Movement is orthogonal, and only 1 player may occupy a tile at a time. It costs 2 movement points to move onto and reveal any unrevealed map tile. Revealed tiles have different movement costs based on their types. Fields, frozen lakes, watchtowers, and monasteries cost 1 point to enter. Forests, cities, hills, and all unrevealed tiles cost 2 points to enter. When revealing a map tile, place a Relic Wars token there and move onto it unless it's a lake. Lakes are impassable. You don't know how to swim in this game, and the token can't be picked up until the lake is frozen. Note, for each player's first turn of the game, their first action has to be moved to get onto the map. They do this by revealing a tile on the perimeter of the side they started nearest. They then place their mini there and reveal the tile, placing a Relic Wars token. This costs them 2 movement points, leaving any remainder to still be used on their turn along with the second action of their choice. Attack. This action allows a character to, you guessed it, maim an opponent. In order to attack another character, the active player must have line of sight that's defined as an unbroken straight line between the center of the character's tile and the center of the target's tile. And by unbroken, I mean unobstructed by an unrevealed tile, a city, a forest, or otherwise. Characters always have visibility on an adjacent tile. Characters on hills or in towers may see over tiles that would normally block visibility. The target must also be within range. Each attack has a range value, many of which are just 1. While visibility can be determined diagonally, range is always orthogonal. One exception, Sanctifrax, may attack a space diagonally adjacent to it. If any other player attacks the space diagonally adjacent to them, the range would be considered 2 tiles. You're not a Sanctifrax. There's only one Sanctifrax in this Sancta City, and that's the Sanctifrax. The character chooses to use either their basic attack or an attack using an equipped weapon. In either option, the player rolls at least 1 black attack die, which has hit results from 0 to 3. If they use the equipped weapon option, they may have additional dice. Let's take a second to look at the items. Players can equip 1 weapon and 1 shield. Chalices and spells are also considered items, but there's no limit to how many a player can hold. These live in the inventory space on the right of the character sheet. Weapons come in one of 2 types, either swords or bows. When first acquired, they provide an additional attack die of a D6, which will be in silver for the regular game. In our case, we've got this lovely prototype with white dice. If a character acquires an additional weapon token of that type, they act as an upgraded version. 2 tokens provide a D8 instead of a D6, and 3 tokens provide a D10. Results include additional hits, forced item drops, and even instant KOs. Shields work the same way but provide a defensive die starting at a D6 and upgrading to a D8 and then a D10. Results on this die block hits from an attack as well as some bonus effects like item drops on the attacker and potentially forcing a reroll of an attack die. Chalices are one of the main objectives of the game. The player who possesses 3 wins. Well, almost wins. Once acquired, each other player is going to get 1 more turn, then victory. We'll talk more about that in the end game. And spells. These tokens provide a free action which resolves immediately, and then the token is discarded from the inventory. Since these are free actions, a player can also cast as many spells on their turn as they wish. What is a spell if not a wish? Spells come in 3 types. You've got fire spells that provide bonus rerolls, bonus attacks, and full damage prevention. Ooh! Earth spells, which provide bonus actions, relic token manipulation, and tile resets. And water spells, which provide item resets, character pushing, kind of rude, but okay, and the ability to freeze or unfreeze a lake. If a player can acquire 1 of each spell type, this is known as the Arcane Triptych. They can discard the 3 as a free action to either take a chalice from the Relic War's bag or prevent being knocked out from taking damage. Okay, back to the attack action. After the dice are rolled, any unblocked hits deal damage tracked on the HP tracker of a character's sheet. If they ever drop below 1 hit point, they are knocked out. The KO'd player draws a Divine Intervention card. Just 1 card, Revivify, would bring a character back to life with 1 HP. Any other card has no effect and is discarded. Then a KO'd player drops all their items onto the tile they are on, and they are eliminated from the game. The third action option, pick up or drop an item, allows a player to do that. A character can only apply this effect to 1 item per action, and they can equip such items as a free action. After completing their 2 actions, the active player draws a Divine Intervention card and follows its instructions. These cards range in power, some affecting the entire map, others all players, and some heal or harm certain players. If the Divine Intervention deck is ever empty, shuffle up that discard to form a new draw pile. And that's a turn! Turns continue until 1 of 2 endgame conditions are met. If 1 player remains, no one opposes them, so they win. Or, once a player acquires 3 chalices, their opponents each have 1 turn to stop them, otherwise that player wins. And that's the basics of Relic Wars. Check out their campaign in the link below. I'm Becca Scott. This is Good Time Society, and ooh, you have some fabulous bone structure. Would you like to join my wall of bones? If you like that compliment, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and come on back for more great games and good times. Bye-bye.